everyone, it's Lidia's Kiddies here, and today I'm going to talk to you about stickers. So what do I mean by stickers? I mean these kind of things. They're great for exercises. There are plenty of books available in the market that have stickers in them. But today I'm just going to tell you how to actually play with them, how to introduce them to a child. Now, there are different types of stickers available. There are multi-use ones, so there are foam ones or the sort of vinyl ones. You can peel them off and put them back on and peel them off and put them back on. These are much easier for the children to use. So what you really want to do is to start off with something like that, which is just simple paper stickers that stick to your hands, that can tear apart, that you ruin if you're not too careful, that a child will peel off and sort of get stuck in between their fingers and all of that. So the reason why you want to use these to start with is because they're more difficult for a child to master. And if you want to do exercises rather than just sticking them on things for fun, you would probably want to start with something like that. And then if you want, you can move on to multi-use ones. Now, what is the basic principle of doing the stickers? So the most important thing about them is to use the shapes that can be positioned in any way you like. So if you look in this example here, apples here on the top, or cabbages here, or the eggs here, regardless of which way you put them on the piece of paper, they would be correct. Unlike mice, for example, that if you position it this way around, that's definitely not right, unless the dead mouse. Similar with the ducks, you want them to be the right way around. So when you're just starting with a kid, you want to find some pictures that would be a good base for sticking things on. So for example, the basket here, and you can find plenty of those available online. They're usually available as Play-Doh mats. You can just find PDFs and print them out at home, or you can buy something already pre-made. But basically, it just needs to be a very simple shape so you can tell some kind of a story if you want, or you can just draw it yourself as well. That would work just as well. Just make sure you find some colorful paper so it's a bit more interesting than sticking it on just plain white background. Similarly, there are trees here, for example, that you can use. There's a pond with the ducks and so forth. So so you basically want to start with something as simple as that, so the basket, and we're filling it in, say, with strawberries. So good thing about it is that in the beginning, the child can just learn how to pull them off, how to peel them off, and basically, regardless of how they place it here, it'll be correct. Once they're comfortable with this, then you can move on to something that requires a bit more coordination, a bit more thinking, and then you can tell them to look at how the mouse goes, ask them where the feeties are, ask them where the head is, and so forth, and make sure it's positioned correctly. So it's very important for the stickers to actually go on correctly. You don't want them to have the car stuck with the wheels up, and then tell them 5 weeks later that's actually not the right way around. So what you really want to make sure happens is if something is being put on the paper, it's put on correctly from the first go. That's why I start with something simpler, rounder. Fish will do just as well. Just put it on a blue background. You don't even need to draw anything. And then you can move on to something more complex. To show you another example of a great sticker book. This is the one to develop attention. So aside from ability to peel things off and put them back on, be careful with them and not tear them apart, this one is fantastic for developing attention and ability to compare things and spot the difference. So let's say, basically this picture has a full set of comparable drawings, one on top of another, and usually there is one or two elements that are missing from the one in the bottom. So we see here, right, there's a butterfly that's missing from here, and there's a cricket that's missing from here, and similarly here is only one element missing, which is the nest. So it's a slightly more advanced version of a sticker book, equally great. You just want to introduce it a bit later. And then what happens is you go with the child one by one, right? So you're comparing each element of the picture unless they spot the one that's missing straight away. But yeah, you really want to tell them to pay attention, say there was a mushroom here, mushroom there, mushroom, smaller mushroom here, smaller mushroom there. And you talk through it, so you introduce all the words and all the vocabulary. And then you go, oh, look, there is a butterfly here. Where is the butterfly? There's no butterfly there. Let's find the butterfly. And then you go to the set with all the stickers. And you probably want to have fewer of them because otherwise the child just gets lost because it's way too many if they're too little. And then you find the butterfly here, and you help them to peel it off and position it correctly. So how do you help them to peel it off? You shouldn't be helping by peeling off the whole thing and giving it to a child. What you want to do is you want to just open the corner up just a little bit like that so they can grab onto it, and then they should peel it off themselves, and they should then position it on a piece of paper. They might ruin a couple of books, but that's absolutely fine. They're learning, so let them do it. And trust me, it'll be much more beneficial for them to use this one-off stickers rather than to use multi-use ones, because they will learn much more with them, and they learn how to control their movement and how to control their fine motor skills and all of that, and you'll benefit from them massively later on. Yeah, so these are the stickers. I'll see if I can find something online that might be useful. I'll try and link out play mats as well, so you can print those out and use those. And yeah, it was Lydia's Kiddies with you. Thank you very much, and I'll see you soon.